All right, time's now 5:14. Let's get over to Alexandra. Crazy weather last night. It could continue today, but at least we're seeing a little break in the heat.
Yeah, exactly. When you have storms around, the heat not so bad. I mean, instead of starting off in the lower 80s like we have some mornings lately, we're starting off in the lower 70s north of the lake and some upper 70s south. So today we are expecting more storms, not happening at the moment. So you get a break this morning from all that stormy action that we had last night. But we do expect more storms later today. And yes, a few could be strong, a few could be heavy, similar to what we saw yesterday. At least, as Leslie said, the heat won't be as scorching, and the rest of the week brings near average heat and some scattered storms. So we finally broken, I think, that really blisteringly hot stretch. Instead, today, I think most of us would be watching out more so for rain. And we have a flood watch issued from the National Weather Service for potentially a few storms that could bring maybe 3 to 6 inches of rain. Not everyone is looking for that at all, but just where the storms happen, we might get some of that kind of heavy rain totals that we saw yesterday, especially off to the east, but even in our area, some high totals in a short amount of time as well. Kind of interesting today, we have the flood watch. We also have a heat advisory because our heat index probably will still get up to near 110. Air temperatures make it to lower 90s, but that's very different from the 96-degree temperatures that we hit at the airport the past 3 days with heat indices up to 115. So still a pretty hot day, but we will have the storms around. Now, starting this morning, temperatures lower 70s north of the lake, especially where there has been rain in Tangipahoa Parish overnight with that flash flood warning, only 70 or 71 degrees there. The lakefront still stuck at 81 and 80s along the coast, but otherwise middle to upper 70s. So a little bit lower temperatures this morning than we've seen some other mornings, and radar quiet. Now, what we've seen at the surface is this boundary here, and along this, it's just a little distinction between two air masses. It's very subtle. It's not really that big a deal, except that it provides a spot where storms tend to form. So that's why yesterday we've been seeing this stalled front help to spark some of these showers and thunderstorms. And yesterday they started over to the east and built back over our way into the west. So today we're looking for that. We've also seen our upper pattern bringing in some of these strong storms off to the northwest, and they're able to sustain themselves racing to the south. That's why we have our chance for rain today. And we are at a level 2 out of the 5 risk categories for severe storms. So similar to yesterday, a couple of high wind gusts, some hail, and even an isolated tornado not completely out of the question for today. Right now, 78, starting to see the skies lighten just a little bit in New Orleans. We do have a 70% chance for rain today, so don't be surprised by the scattered showers and storms. High temperatures expected in the lower 90s. Let me show you our high resolution model. Even by 10 o'clock, look at this, starting to see some of these storms rolling through. This is noon on toward 2 and then 4 p.m. scattered storms around. And then this is 6 p.m. and then even tonight around 9, our model wants to pop up a few more strong storms before bringing everything back to normal by about midnight or after. Quickly touching on the tropics, Tropical Storm Brett is out in the Atlantic. It formed yesterday. It is moving westward around some high pressure off to the north, guiding it this way over very warm waters. Could soon become a hurricane in the next couple days, but then look at this, is expected probably to weaken once it moves into or just north of the Caribbean Sea. There are those really warm waters helping it to strengthen a little bit, although it hasn't changed very much since it formed yesterday. There's another wave out even farther. This one has a medium to high chance of developing, but I wanted to show you really quickly just tracking these. Both big global models are weakening this system as it moves into the Caribbean, with some upper troughing helping wind shear and some dry air. So not a threat to us at this point. We'll keep tracking it, keep watching it, and then even this system following behind might take a more northward turn perhaps. We'll watch everything, but we have no imminent threats to us in our area. Rest of the week, you can see 40% rain chances, highs in the lower 90s, and maybe a little bit drier trend toward the weekend.